this episode of Fun with Cars, we're going to see if we can get this sick 2009 Volvo C70 on the road again. You know why we know it's time to film a video? Because the wind's cranked up to 11 and there's a train going by, and the train comes by like once a week. So today we're going to try to fix a coolant consumption issue on a 2009 Volvo C70, billowing smoke out the tailpipe, and there's evidence, although I don't think you'll be able to see it, evidence of coolant leaking at the back side of the cylinder head, draining down there. And we're going to try to make it an interesting video. I don't know, can you make changing a cylinder head gasket interesting? Stick around and find out. Saturn wants to find out. Guess we'll start by taking off the air cleaner housing. Number one, ignition coil and intake actuator on the same wire loop. Alright, head gaskets are fun. I got the air cleaner housing out of the way, I got the fuel injector rail and fuel injectors out. I got all the ignition coils and the top covers off. You can see the timing belt now. Timing belt doesn't look too bad, but I'm putting a new one in it. I'm suspect of the breather being clogged. I'll probably take that off and blow through it, make sure that's clean. I did a PCV breather cleaning on one of my videos. That seems to get some following. Unbolted all this stuff. This is all the parts that are lined up on my dirty garage floor. That's what we got. Sorry for that bang. Here we go. And so we're getting close. I gotta get the timing, get the front timing cover off. I got the engine supported with a jack and a block of wood, and get the exhaust manifold bolts off. We can take the top cover off and unbolt the cylinder head. We'll go from there. One thing that I always want to do anytime I have the intake off and I can access the PCV breather is to make sure these ports are all clear of carbon. There's no carbon blocking everything, because the PCV breathers clog up. You can watch my PCV cleaning video. Probably better to replace them when you have it apart, but I like to do things a little bit more economically. So I'll show you the PCV breather. I got the PCV breather here. This looks like it may have been replaced at one time. It's got a Man Hummel stamp on it. There's only one hose. There's no hose clamps on that hose, so we're just making sure it's all clear. We made sure it's all clean everywhere. This looks like it's been replaced at one time. Ports don't have any carbon in them. Cleaned it all out, and then it'll be ready for reinstallation now. Alright, we got the inner fender wall liner down far enough to get to the belts. I'll take the serpentine belts off, take the crank pulley off, loosen the tension on the timing belt, get that off, and then we'll take the exhaust manifold studs, nuts off the back of the engine, and then we'll start taking the cylinder head off. Got the crank pulley off, got the timing belt exposed, got the upper timing belt cover off, so we can see the timing belt. Actually came over to visit me again. Hi! Got the cylinder head all cleaned up, ready to go back on. The surface is as nice as it can be. Checking for warpage, I had just a little bit in the middle, so we had to, well, it was a little bowed in the middle, so we had to surface this out so that got a tight fit all the way down. Be sure to tighten it up well. And got the side all clean, but we're gonna clean it some more when it's in the car and then drain the oil. The engine block ready to go, everything's clean. Put the head gasket on in a second. There's the brand new head gasket in place. It looks like a 3-piece multi-layer head gasket. Okay, a lot has occurred. That's automatic transmission fluid on lifters, just to clean them, lubricate them. A lot has occurred since I had the head on. Set the head in place, torque the head bolts first to 20 Newton meters, starting with this bolt right here, then going this way. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. That's the last bolt. All torqued to 20 Newton meters, then to 40 Newton meters in the same pattern, starting here, and then 220 degrees on the head bolts. I got an angle meter, and then took the old water pump out. Got a new water pump set in place. Alright, let's see where we're at now. We got a brand new, made in the USA timing belt. And timing belt kit, which came with a water pump, tensioner, and idler pulley. Those are all in. The timing tools, lock the cams in place, and I got the wiring harness strewn across. Got the ignition coils in, and I got the intake manifold on. The head is torqued. The exhaust manifold is tight. We got to put in the intake plenum, and then finish connecting some things. Put the timing belt cover on. I guess the next step is I'm going to take the timing tool off and then rotate the engine over a few times just to make sure everything looks right, which I think it is. And then we'll put the belts back on, put the intake plenum on, put the engine mount on, and then we'll see if we got it lit. I do want to empty this pipe out. It looks like there's water down in the bottom. I don't know if you can see that. That may be where the coolant was kind of stored. See that way down there? I'll try to find the end of that pipe maybe and drain it out. Alright, so we ran into a little snag when I was trying to put the one belt on, and I was twisting this. That Torx bit broke out, so now we're going to come up with an alternative way to make this tensioner work. Now I could just buy a new tensioner, put it in, call it a day, but there's my special tool I made, this crow's foot. When the outside tensioner is off, I can hook this on the pulley, use a 3/8 extension with a ratchet, and release the tension on that, just for that ear being broken off. Alright, here's the final, the car running. Still burning off some coolant. Sorry for the wind noise. Here's the engine all back together. Thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe. Hopefully this is a fun head gasket replacement video if you can have such a thing.